along to Creative Technologies Day. We've got more people, I think, who are going to be coming and going as the day goes along, which will be quite nice. But thank you to all of you for being the early birds and getting here at the start, which is absolutely fantastic. My name's Dave Briggs. I run a little company based down in Spalding called Kind of Digital. We help organisations use the internet to make themselves a bit more interesting, basically. And I'm flagged here by my awesome team with Tim Wilson and Fraser Henderson. And I suspect some of you will have seen us at various workshops and events over the last few months. We're also joined by Nicola from Lincolnshire County Council, who's part funding the project, with some extra dosh from our friends in Brussels who are helping us out with that stuff through the ERDF funding that's really making all of this possible. And what this is a part of, this event, is of a wider programme about getting, it's the Online Revolution programme, which is all about getting faster broadband and into Lincolnshire and making sure that people have the skills and the ideas and stuff to make the most of that. And the specific part of the project we're working on is based on in this coastal region here in East Lindsey, and Nicola's been doing a lot of work over the last few years supporting coastal communities in terms of economic development and all of that kind of thing, which forms a key part of what we're doing here. So did you want to just spend a couple of minutes talking about some of that stuff?
Yeah, thank you all for coming. As Dave was saying, this is part of a wider programme on the Online Revolution. And we're looking at developing some cultural hubs along the Lincolnshire coast in Alford, Mablethorpe, Skegness, Huttoft and Louth. And that's where we're going to pilot some of these, potentially some of this technology that you're seeing today, but other forms of technology in those hubs, so that the hubs themselves, whether it's Alford Manor House, Louth Playgoers, the North Sea Observatory, Excite Skate Park and another one in Mablethorpe when we've got the venue, will be able to use those facilities, but also other creative businesses can go in and benefit their own businesses by going in and using that technology as well. So it's to benefit all of the businesses along the coast, not just those individual buildings. So what we want everybody to do is feed into those discussions so we get the right technology in those different areas. And Dave and Kind of Digital have been running workshops along the coast in the last few months, and there'll be some more into the future for everybody to go in, learn how to use that technology, how it can benefit their business, and then how we can roll that out longer term. And today's just sort of that starting point, which we've been excited about, the 3D scanners, which we've just been learning about, so that's good. So I'll hand you over to everybody here to take over, but thank you for coming, and thank you to Kind of Digital for sorting this out.
No problems at all. Thank you, Nicola. So as you say, yeah, part of this sort of much wider programme, and a key part of that programme is actually to demonstrate that there is sort of demand for high-speed broadband here in Lincolnshire. So what are the other, as well as giving us your ideas, things like that, around the creative technology side of things, the other key thing for all of you to do, if you haven't done that yet, is when you get home, log on to onlincolnshire.org and make sure you sign up there, because that will enable you, as either as a business or a citizen, to actually say we're interested in getting faster broadband where we live, and that's a really important thing for getting those sign-ups, so that we can make sure we get that money spent in a way that sort of helps all of us. So as Nicola said, we, Kind of Digital, we're working to establish these 5 hubs around East Lindsey, which are going to be these creative technology hubs, and they're going to have loads of really exciting bits of tech installed there. And really, we don't want to sort of lead on that. We want to listen to the people that will hopefully be using that technology in terms of what you actually is going to get installed there. And today is a key part of that, to demonstrate some of the stuff that's out there, and to let you guys have a bit of a play with it, and then feedback to us about what you liked and what you didn't like so much. So we have got some absolutely fantastic bits of kit to be played with, and we've also got some exhibitors who've come down, given up their time, which is absolutely fantastic. Some of them have travelled vast distances as well to be here, so massive thanks to those guys. We've got Mike Poole from Lincoln University, who is shortly going to give us a talk, which is about an introduction to 3D creative technologies and how 3D can be used within the sort of creative process. We've also got some actual demonstrations technology as well. One of those is going to be coming up this morning from Eurotrack 3D. We're going to be demonstrating their 3D scanner, which is a really sort of exciting bit of kit. And then after lunch, so there is lunch, it's well worth hanging on for that. And then after that, we're going to hear from John Popham, who's here with the CDI Alliance with his colleague Malcolm. And they're also working on some of these projects on the Online Revolution about supporting digital businesses and that kind of thing. And they're going to be talking about rural broadband and some of the more innovative ways that we can actually bring broadband and fast internet connectivity into the county, introducing something called the Y, which sounds very exciting. Other stuff we've got then is we've got Linda Adams from the Wedgwood Group, who's going to be talking about digital signage. Then we've got another presentation from the guys from Europack. They have come all the way from Cheshire, so they deserve 2 slots, I think. And they're going to be talking about actual 3D printing. So first of all, this morning looking at scanning stuff in 3D. This afternoon we're going to be looking at actually how you can print stuff in 3D, which is absolutely great. So we're really looking forward to that. So we're going to have a few talks this morning, as we say. The other thing I think that's worth mentioning is that we have got, this is an online sort of creative event, so we have got people recording stuff, taking photos, doing some video and stuff like that. I'm tempted to say, to be honest, that if you're not really comfortable with that, probably the best thing to do is go home, I suspect. So I'm not quite sure how else. But if you really, for some reason, maybe you're on the FBI's wanted list or something like that, I don't know, you really don't want your face appearing anywhere on the internet, then if you come and have a word with us, we'll try and find a solution to maybe sort of blank you out or something like that. Or maybe we'll just stick Tim's face on everybody that doesn't want to appear on there. We'll find a way of doing it anyway. But do just be aware of that. So yes, so be careful maybe what you're saying as well when the camera's nearby. That might be another thing to bear in mind. And then the final thing is just as well as these pictures and things we've got in here, I'm sure you've already been down to and had a look at some of those exhibits we've got through in the other rooms. We've got loads of quite cool stuff in there. You can do some painting on an Xbox. We've got this big digital knitting machine that nobody quite seems to know how to work, but it's quite cool. We're grateful for any tips on how to actually use it. We've got some other stuff around, John's got his wide that he'll show people. We've got the 3D scanners and all that kind of thing. So you can actually touch this stuff, have a go with it, and have a play. So it should be really, really good. So that's probably, I think, everything for me to say that's on my list, which is quite good. It means we're keeping to time, which makes a pleasant change. So I'm going to hand over now to yes, it's Mike, isn't it? First, Mike Hall from Lincoln University, who's going to talk to us about creative 3D.